Hey everyone, it's Denise Brown from the Caregiving Years Training Academy. In 2015, my parents were both critically ill at the same time. My dad had had surgery because his bladder cancer, which was diagnosed in 2004, had spread. And then after he was recovering from that surgery, he had skin cancer on the top of his head and needed plastic surgery. He had a blood clot in his carotid artery, had to have that managed. Seemed like he was having a heart attack. And then my mom started an internal bleed that would not stop. At the time, I was managing a 24/7 online caregiving community, and I was managing it by myself. So I was doing technology, marketing, social media, content, editing, events. I was doing it all. I was doing it all whenever I could. My dad fell at home after the plastic surgery for his skin cancer. So we went to the emergency room, same hospital where my mom was. And while my dad was getting a CT scan at 3:30 in the morning, I did a software update on the website and then probably crashed on the website and then tried to bring it back to life in the emergency room. How ironic is that? Anyway, so I was doing what I could. In addition to managing the online community, I was also working another job and I was traveling for speaking gigs. I was doing everything I could to bring money in. So I wanted to keep whatever generated revenue because that was important to me. And I was trying to keep my parents alive while working through some difficult family dynamics with one of my siblings. Oh my gosh, it was just a nightmare. So between May and October 2015, I gained 30 pounds. And I knew that because the jeans I could wear in April were not the jeans I could wear in October. I was doing the best I could, but the stress, the overwhelm, the sadness, just the frustration, just the awfulness of it took its toll. It just took its toll. So I connected with a colleague who is a family caregiver about a year later, spring of 2016. And we were out for coffee, catching up. And I explained what the past year had been like for me. And he said, this was the first thing he said to me about my weight gain. He said, "Oh, you weren't taking care of yourself." Okay, now that pissed me off, but we're colleagues and I want to be collegial. So I just took it. And I thought, you don't get it. You don't understand. You haven't been challenged in your caregiving experience yet. And then a few years later, we connected and we were catching up and he said, "Oh, oh, I didn't get it. But I get it now," because he was in a really challenging caregiving experience. And I didn't say, "Oh, I knew you didn't get it." I just continued the conversation. What's the point of saying that, right? What's the point? So asked questions, validated, listened, supported him. But I thought, okay. It was important for me to remember that I knew he didn't get it when he showed he didn't get it. Okay, so then today I was reading an article. Actually, I didn't read the article. Yeah, I did read the article. I saw the headline. I thought, oh my gosh, this makes me so mad. And it was an article about how we self-neglect during our caregiving experience. Now, I've been keeping track of headlines that have these kinds of negative words about our experience for decades, decades. And I've been speaking out about it, and it makes me mad that someone says to me that I am a self-neglector. I am not neglecting myself. I'm doing my best during my caregiving experience. I am doing everything possible to take care of myself, to take care of my parents, to take care of my business, to take care of my future. I am doing incredible at managing that. I am not a person who self-neglects. And so I think, is anger a good emotion to have around this? But you know what? It pisses me off to read this headline that says I self-neglect. Now, typically what I do is think, oh. But today I thought, you know what? No more, no more. I'm not going to write about these kinds of headlines in a way that the writer doesn't see that I'm writing about them. So typically when I would write about my frustration with these headlines, I do it in a way that the writer never knew. And I thought, what's the point of that anymore? So I shared with the writer, you know what? We need to use different words because we're not self-neglecting. Now, And I think, oh God, that felt so good. So I have struggled with this for decades, which is how to have a working relationship within our caregiving space with colleagues who I see don't get it. I guess I just decided, you know what? I take care of myself when I speak up. I'm not going to stay silent anymore because all it does is keep those kind of headlines out there. And they serve no purpose. They are judgments about us. And that pisses me off that someone would judge us and call us self-neglecting. We are not. We are not. We deserve better words about who we are because we're amazing. We're miracle makers. We're awesome. We're inspiring. We're making the world better. And people need to use those words to describe us. Anything else is not what we deserve. So I guess I'm going to make some enemies or frenemies. Maybe that's the way to look at it. But I just think enough's enough. Enough's enough. Enough. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.